how sure are we now that even this clamor, for which is the question we are addressing today, on the finance bill, will result in anything tangible?
Thanks, and I think we were very deliberate in the wording of that statement, and I must say thank you to our secretariat headed by Tisa and Diana here. Of course, if it was me, the tone would have been a bit, but I like that she brings that energy into the space. so that is a breath of fresh air, really. But what pushed us is we have taken all avenues to have consultations. So you would note that it's been around 2 years of actively engaging with IMF and the likes of some of our other partners. So that kind of, it's been like window dressing. You know, a lot of time we have been used as civil society to validate processes that say communities were engaged, civil society players were engaged. But at the end of the day, sitting here as both Mzalendo and other partners here, we do not assume that we are representing ourselves. We have constituents behind us. We have people and stakeholders that in terms of even individual organizational visions and missions, there are things that we stand for. So it would be completely wrong for us to continue being so detached from the reality of the people we are working with and for. So we do not advocate on our own issues. A lot of things you see the Okoa Uchumi members speaking to are things that we've spoken with the local community entities, social justice groups, women groups, youth group, women groups. So by the time we are having consultations with IMF and the likes, we bring these views and positions. So we felt, after analyzing, of course, it was after a lot of deliberations really for us to come with such a statement, is to take stock and ask ourselves what has been the result of constantly engaging. And you know, this was coming against the same time that we were having the discussions around finance bill. So you cannot oppose the provisions in the finance bill, but on this other side, supporting, you must understand what is the root cause of the finance bill. The finance bill is simply symptoms of something else. So the root cause is some of the things that are being pushed by international players. And if you read what the advisors from the government side said, they mentioned that we should go craft our own budget that does not have conditionalities from IMF, that knows that there is no debt. So that was what was being thrown in our face. So I think also as coalition members, we had to look at the body language, at the signs we are getting from government also, and to see that if we don't do this, half of the things we are advocating for in the finance bill will not be addressed. So moving forward, I think this would also be what should be expected from the coalition, because again, it is the feeling of citizens. You have seen a part of the reasoning we've given behind that is, of course, the debt accountability that we are not seeing a lot of action on. Neither are our partners, both at the international level, pushing and asking for these things. So within this period, they still add the debt that we've been given as a country. So they are not looking at human rights concerns, because if then you continue accumulating debt, it means you can't even provide social economic rights. So our question is, whose brief are they holding? Is it citizens? For us, it's very clear whose brief we are holding and who we are advocating for, but we feel they as players are not alive first to concerns of the citizens, not alive also to the context, because as we've said, finance bill had very many interests and concerns. You mentioned the petroleum. We also know there are issues of climate change. So generally, we would be saying climate change would affect women. So this would be a good thing progressively, but the timing of it is what is not right, because the high cost of living. So we feel that some of our partners are not alive also to the economic situation that households, we bring it down to the households, have to contend with. So when you look at Kenya, it becomes too broad. But when you look at the impact of some of these things on whether a parent would be able to put food on the table, when you look at VAT, so then it removes the tax from being very abstract and know that this is a life and death, it's a justice issue, it's an education, it's a food rights issue. So we feel that the context has not really been acknowledged by our partners, and if we hold it this way, then it's an attempt to let them see that we cannot continue in this regard. But I'll also let the lead, Ms. Diana, speak a bit to the language, why we had to tone and you see it also got your interest. So I'm sure that also happened on the other side. And really, I'm hoping that it would not be that it has closed that door, but to show them that we are just tired of the ordinary way of doing business, and we must be true to the people that we represent as players.
We are not window dressing.
Yes.
Irene Otieno, National Coordinator, National Taxpayers Association, and Diana AM Live this morning. And thank you for watching.